This episode of Comedy Bang Bang is brought to you by Squarespace. With the beginning of the new year, many of you have resolved to take on a new challenge, like starting a business, changing careers, or launching a creative project. Whatever your next move might be, tackle it with Squarespace. Whether you need a landing page, a professional blog, or an online store, Squarespace allows you to create a custom platform where you can make your latest goals into a reality. So start your free trial today at squarespace.com and enter offer code BANGBANG to get 10% off your first purchase. Squarespace, make your next move.
Comedy bang bang, 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 comedy bang bang.
Aging stoner with raging boners. Looks like I'm in for one heck of a weekend. Welcome to Comedy Bang Bang. Thank you, the glorious Jacob, for that wonderful catchphrase submission. Welcome to Comedy Bang Bang, and it's a new world upon us. We started this podcast right just a few scant months after the last president was inaugurated, and now we have a new one. And, this is the new Comedy Bang Bang. We're rebooting for our new president. It's going to be a little different tone from here on in. Welcome to the show, and welcome to the rest of your lives. I am Scott Aukerman, your host for the show, and middle of Jan. And what a show we have today. We have some really great guests. Coming up a little later on the show, we have someone who works with children. So that's, it's always great to give back. So we want to highlight those types of people who do that. So we'll be talking to him a little bit later. But sitting right in front of me right now are two members of the entertainment elite. They are comedians by trade. And they also have hobbies that they probably are into. I would guess reading is probably, but a lot of people read. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that's really a hobby or just something that people do. I don't know. Nope, not going to talk until I say your names.
My hobby is collecting novelty Monopoly board games, different kinds.
Sure.
Star Wars Monopoly, Simpsons Monopoly. I have
you've memorized Boardwalk Avenue in every variation of those, right? So
100%.
In Star Wars, what is Boardwalk?
Star Wars Boardwalk is one of the
Mos Eisley?
No, Scott, that's home, of course.
The Death Star.
Yeah, it's the Death Star.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
of course.
Okay.
And we're talking Star Wars trilogy, not the ones that encompass the new movie, because there's a Force Awakens Monopoly.
Sure.
And
what is the Boardwalk?
Well, again, it's a much more specific. It's because it's not as many locations in the Force Awakens.
Sure, but there are enough in order to make a Monopoly game, and you know them.
And they're stretching it out. Obviously, they're stretching out the boardwalk there. But there it is. It's oddly a ship. It's a Millennium Falcon.
The Millennium Falcon. Okay,
yeah.
Of course.
Everyone dies in Rogue One.
Whoa!
Wow!
What?
Oh my God! Who said that?
I think that's the Mandela effect again, as we were talking about earlier.
That didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
Let me introduce our panelists here. You heard him talking about his novelty Monopoly games, and
it's great fun.
It's great fun.
I mean, Monopoly,
and that's what you're here to talk about.
Well, look, we're in a part of, I'm first of all pleased to be a part of the first Trump Comedy Bang Bang episode.
So you have to call it from that and from now on.
Well, I mean, I feel like we all are. I'm in line, and I'm excited to be here. The new regime, it seems the studio is better.
Things are a little bit different now. We're changing our point of view a little bit.
It's also Comedy Bang Bang make podcasts great again, right? That's what we're now saluting, and the Earwolf is now taking that very boldly into the future.
I'm going to give this podcast a chance. I'm going to give it a chance.
You're going to give it one chance.
Yeah.
He is the host of the How Did This Get Made podcast.
You really want to sell the made. I always put the emphasis on
How did this get made?
Yeah, that's what I like.
I mean, we knew it should exist in some form, but to make it?
I always go like, how did this get made? So, it's
how did this get made?
And we actually have a special episode coming up where you can learn the pronunciation of it. So you sound, it's like kind of like when you get those Klingon books on tape. So when you go to the conventions and stuff, you can really interact with the fans in the right way.
Got it. Paul Scheer is here. Hello, Paul.
Hello.
Welcome back to the program.
Thank you.
To his right and sitting at pretty much 11 o'clock to me, she's been on the show many times. She is a comedian, and you can see her around the country a lot, currently doing some shows in L.A., but lives in Philadelphia, PA, where she has a weekly show, I believe. What is the name of that show?
I have a monthly stand-up show.
Sure. When you say month, it's like 4 weekly.
Yeah, 4 weeks. Yeah. So 3 weeks, I just cancel it.
3
And
weeks
then
off, 1 week on.
I'm like, let's do this one. Northern Comedies, and I have a podcast, the Biloon Cast.
The Biloon Cast. Please welcome Michelle Biloon. Hello.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And we have a mystery person who's coming up a little later who wanted us to know about Rogue One.
Everyone does.
Oh, gosh.
It's so funny you think that.
It's so weird. Guys, welcome to the show. It's so good to see you both. You guys probably know of each other.
We do indeed. We have performed together in the same venues. I feel like we've been at festivals together.
Yeah, I think over the years, I've in my
Through the
years of comedy.
Never. And that's
We don't have
all
the
of the
rights to
lyrics.
that. We don't have the rights.
We don't have the rights to it? Okay, I'm going to cut it off there then. Michelle, you're in town here in LA for a few days. And when I heard that, I got your avails, I was like, oh,
send them in. The hotline.
By the way, if you're a comedian out there, please send Comedy Bang Bang your avails.
Yeah,
Anybody. I didn't even know Scott.
Anyway, yeah, don't even have to be a comedian.
It's sort of like if you're just performing in town. Yeah, just send it to you and you book it as it goes.
Send me your avails.
Hour by hour avails. That's
By the way, and I'm only half kidding about that because quite often people will roll through town and I'll go, hey, why didn't you let me know that I would have done a show? And they'll go, I don't know that you want to do a show. Anyone, just send me your avails.
Guys, get those avails out there. And do you want to give out your personal email address?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Just get it out there.
Yeah, Scott Aukerman has a great big soul.
Oh, I like that.
At
Is it still MSN?
Yeah. Well, it's yahoo.com/msn.com.
I love that.
They sort of did a co-production
so cool.
on my email. So let me know. And Paul, you're here in town every week. So
I'm always in town because LA is where shit happens. And I don't mean to curse, but this is where people are making decisions, moving things forward. Yeah. There's a reason Oprah moved from Chicago to LA, because this is a city of real people with real art and real culture. I'm sorry. I know you're from the East Coast. I used to be from the East Coast. I used to be brainwashed into going like, oh yeah, whatever. But we produce more reality shows per capita than any state in the country.
Yes.
Thank you. And I'm proud to say I'm a Los Angeles resident.
Real arts. Yes. And what are you working on now?
Oh, right now I'm working on a new show called Dirtbags. It's a reality show where we take teens from trailer parks and we just videotape them without their knowledge. We have their parents sign consent forms and we just show them doing cool stuff. And we kind of try to make a jackass thing of it. They don't really know they're doing pranks, but we'll kind of throw them into a quarry and see what happens. But it's super fun, and it's like, and again, Dirtbags is going to be on TruLife TV. It's a cool new channel.
TruLife TV, is that like True TV and Lifetime or combining?
They're kind of meshing together, yeah. So it's going to have a lot of heart, but it's also going to feel really real. It's a paid channel, of course.
Of course. How much is that per month? Or is it by day?
It is. Well, if you pay per month, it's going to be cheaper. It's $14.99 per month. By day, it's $2 a day. But it's cheaper than a cup of coffee.
Significantly cheaper.
Yeah, but
by the way, who's giving up their coffee in order to subscribe to this channel?
A lot of people want to see cool shows with interesting people. We are, by the way, a network that has some of the top. Well, look,
so it's your network.
It's on my network per se.
When you say per se, do you own the network?
I have a stake in it, sure.
And
a small stake in it.
Is that small stake 100%?
100%, yeah.
Okay.
Now, let me just tell you, but look, like this is the thing. I don't want to get, it's not about me, all right? I'm not putting myself at It's True Life, it's TruLife TV.
Right. You seem a little confused on the name, which is...
We'd gotten a lawsuit, so we had to change it. That's why I'm used
what was it before?
MTV.
Okay, why would you call it MTV?
I called it More Television.
Got it.
Oh, okay.
But apparently there's another network out there, I can't be named, that also has a similar title.
MTV.
MTV, yeah, you're right. That's the one. And so that was the issue that we had. So I wanted to call it MTV More TV because people want
You probably
TV.
could have called it More TV,
Yeah, that's
ironically.
Shit, now where were you when the lawyers came? I just thought MTV had a better, ring to
more
it.
snappy
Yeah.
Seemed familiar.
because it already existed.
Again, this is the kind of thing that these are like that.
so. Is it all Dirtbags? Is that
No,
the
Dirtbags is just one of the shows. It's a great reality show, and again, we're in production on it.
How many shows
we have to
do you
shut
have on
down. Right now, we have 4. We have 4 shows that run for 12 weeks out of the year. So a lot of programming, and then a lot of it
What do you
is
do
Mad
the other
About
4
You
weeks of
reruns.
the year?
Well, the other 4 weeks of the year.
Or are they all concurrently in that 12 weeks and then you shut down for the other 40?
Well, we don't shut down. We have plenty of Mad About You reruns.
Okay.
And we
Got it.
got them for a steal.
Oh, really?
A real steal. We got seasons 1 of King of the Hill. So we just have that. We'll replay that, when it was good, not,
Sure, before
before
it
they
sold
found
out,
it,
yeah.
before it found its groove and
I
stuff
think it was
like
a
that.
mid-season replacement. I think there were only like
6
episodes. Yeah. So you have
we got
6 episodes of
six
King of the Hill.
I told you we have all the Mad About Yous, right?
Yeah.
We also have, this is like I don't know if you remember this, and this may be part of the Mandela effect. Do you guys remember that Mr. Goodbody show, a guy who was in a human bodysuit
Yeah,
with a
of
body part?
course.
Of course.
We have Mr. Goodbody After Dark. He does a nighttime talk show about
Oh.
health and stuff like that.
Wait,
we got him
After
back.
Dark, where it's like a little more sexy, and
little
you
bit more
see
sexy.
like an actual penis go into.
I'm not going to say what you see. We'll let the audience determine it. But yeah, you definitely see the fleshy part of penises.
That's like the
fleshy, so-
entirety of the penis, as far as I'm
so
concerned.
you see a little bit of it.
You don't
sure.
see the blood in the penis.
No, you don't. Yeah, and he's never erect, and that's part of the deal that we made. Was
Wait
he'd
a
never
minute.
be erect. What? That's not a big deal, right? We can say that on this show, right?
You can say
We're not a
erect.
bunch of prudes.
No, we're not prudes. It's just it's
Yeah.
an odd thing to be showing.
Mr.
on.
Goodbody, he does a fun, sexy thing. We got the Dirtbag show. We got Mad About You, of course.
6 episodes of King of the Hill.
We got those 6 episodes, and we're developing. Michelle, do you have a show that you? I mean,
Yeah, you must. I mean, you're in show business. You must have a show.
Oh my gosh. Have you thought about? I don't know. I kind of want to hear more about the not erect Goodbody.
Well, look, I mean, it's simple. He's talking to people, and I think the best part about Mr. Goodbody, obviously, is that you're seeing everything
Is his
of him.
suit the same, or is it different to accommodate his shown
suit-
but not erect
The
penis?
suit is exactly the same, but we've cut out the penis area.
Oh, so it's not a suit
Did you
anymore.
cut off the penis?
No, we just cut out like the part of the stocking where the penis would
Okay.
be protected,
I see.
and now it's hanging out.
Okay, so the penis is just hanging out. It's not the inside. We're not seeing the inside of the penis.
that's the one.
the penis is just flapping out there.
exactly.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm on board with this.
We have world's best stuntmen.
oh, really? So
Yeah.
they're good stuntmen, and we see their stunts.
Well, that's a tricky part of it.
You don't have the
it
rights to the
is-
footage.
It's kind of more of a Leah Remini type of show where we go and talk to stuntmen who've been badly injured and been paid to kind of shut up about it. So
So you're trying to get them to tell their stories,
That-
but they're
yeah.
reticent.
well, a lot of them can't speak
Okay,
because they've been severely injured and mangled. But we
Burned.
Yeah, we kind of do recreations with animation and stuff. Kind of like I don't know if you've ever seen that Korean style of animation where they kind of do news events. So we do that
Yeah,
with the stunts.
I think
yeah.
is it
Is it Korean or Japanese? Taiwanese.
Taiwanese, yeah.
So there you go.
not a part of China.
Hey,
No, yeah.
Not
let's-
yet.
Trump's
No.
America.
Trump's America.
Yeah, just got to slip those in. Well, that's incredible. I mean, I would love to pitch you a show. I
Yeah,
mean,
sure. What do you got?
Yeah, well, okay. You know how you go down to the junkyard every once in a while?
I love this. Is relatable. Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay, and there's always that guy with the eye patch,
Oh,
who's
yeah.
like sitting on top of the big, pile of junk.
Of course, with the dog. Does he have a dog?
Yeah, of course he has a dog.
Great, I
yeah.
love it.
And you know how he's always like taking whatever you can find from the junk, like a stick or something, and he's always kind of like slapping his
Yeah,
dog.
of course, yeah.
Yeah, so it's basically dog slappers. It's like you've seen that guy. What
Yeah.
other people slap dogs around?
I love this, and I think what I love about it is relatable because everyone has dogs. Sure, and I
Everyone
think
wants to slap him.
I see the dog as having 3 legs.
Yeah, well, it depends on
it
the dog.
depends on the dog.
We have a.
great.
I'd love to pitch you another version.
Can we
It's
strip it?
celebrity dog slapper
Oh yeah,
as well.
okay, great. So
Yeah.
and we could get a bunch of people.
So you get
yeah.
like Jason Biggs, and you go, hey, and you approach his agent and go, hey, it was a silly question. Does Jason beat his dog? And if you ever get a yes back, it's like, hey, come be on Celebrity Dog Slappers.
And by the way, you only get yeses by asking.
Yeah.
There may be a lot of no's, but for every 100 celebrity no's, you're going to get one celebrity
yeah,
yes.
it's not like you're going to call up someone's agent and be silent on the phone and then expect them to say yes.
Yeah, it's like, look,
It doesn't work. They're going to say, who is this?
And then,
Why are
yeah.
you calling me?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to ask the question. I love this dog slappers idea. That actually can go with another show we have called 15 and Horny.
Oh,
I think
wow.
we package those two together. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
15 meat? Are we referring to? It's not the kid's age, right?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and but I see what you're saying. No. But it's cool because he's horny for other young people.
Oh, okay.
yes.
So it's
So
consensual.
it's consensual underage stuff.
And
yeah.
what do they do? I mean, they talk about how horny they are?
They talk about it, and we get that Taiwanese animation to kind of to draw out.
Sure, you have some
their
sort of
sex.
deal with a Taiwanese animation company?
Look,
quick.
people were
They're quick.
people were tweeting about it. They're very quick, and we just jumped on that bandwagon. So they're in house for us. So we just have a bunch of Taiwanese
When
people
you say
down on.
in-house,
We keep
You
them
run
in.
a
We-
sweatshop?
in a room.
It's not a sweatshop. It's an office building, and they're on the 5th floor. And you go down there, and you just say, "Hey, guys, 15 and horny," and then you throw the premise out at them, and then
you just you say 15 and horny, and
Well,
whatever comes back.
I go like, his name is Ted. He has glasses. He wants to have sex with this girl in his class, but she's like head of the speech team or debate team, whatever it is, and draw me a picture of it. They're doing it in a cave. Bum, bum, bum,
Boom,
bum,
boom,
bum.
boom, boom,
An
boom.
hour later, we got the thing. We put it up.
Hour later.
Yeah, they're
Wow.
pretty good. We got 15 of them down there just
So
killing
it's a
it.
cave on the 5th floor.
No,
but
it's an. They wanted to have sex in a cave.
Oh, got
It's
it.
a
Okay.
regular office building floor
Come on,
with cots.
Michelle.
And,
Come
it's
on.
Sorry, I'm
cots.
trying to. I need
We got
them
cots.
to recreate
We have everything there.
the building.
Yeah.
There's cots and everything.
You could use the Dirtbag Kids for. Have you thought about a tying in of that? Are they 15?
The Dirtbag Kids are they're kind of ageless to me, but yeah, they're all over. They're
But
all
yes,
over.
they are 15.
Yeah.
They're younger. Yeah, they're younger. They are younger. They're not. They have to. We still have to get parental consent. The Dirtbags is though are jewel in the crown. That's our Stranger Things.
Yeah.
A real life
That's
Stranger
bringing
Things.
a lot of people
Oh,
to
so
the
like
channel.
the quarry
Yeah.
is the upside down.
Hey, you said it, not me.
yeah.
I know spoilers, and the creators of the show will be pretty upset.
Who are the creators of the show?
I am.
Yeah, I
yeah.
figured.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well,
and
this
I didn't
is-
even see all Stranger Things, but I get it.
Yeah, how much did you see?
I saw the first couple
Minutes? Seconds?
I saw up to the part where it was like, "Whoa."
That you're talking about the theme song.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Usually there's
And
content.
I know about Barb because I watched the Golden Globes.
Oh, okay, yeah. So what do you know about Barb?
She swims.
Okay, good.
So yeah, we have a swimmer in our show too.
Okay. Oh, you have a swimmer, really?
Yeah.
Someone who's good at it, or
To be honest with you, it's a dog that we shaved.
what?
Wow.
Dog
You
that we shaved and we put clothes on the dog.
Okay, that's not illegal to shave a dog. I mean, one can go to the dog groomer for
Yeah.
that. So
Of course.
that's
So,
fine.
yeah,
That doesn't
yeah.
sound.
Can't be any more illegal than slapping a dog, right?
Well, it's a pay channel, so you can slap dogs all you want. And we're not
Yeah,
gonna
if
get. We're
people
not gonna.
pay for it, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sarah McLachlan's not gonna come after us if we're doing that on pay.
Oh,
yeah.
boy.
Because we share the money with the dog. That money goes to the dog too.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
the dog owner.
Yeah. I
And
hate
it's not a. By the way, I want to say because this is not my idea. It's Scott's idea.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a playful slap.
It's a playful, and we're in talks with Sarah McLachlan to do the theme song.
Oh, that
that
would
would
be a nice
Just to
turnaround.
balance out that other song. You
love
know
that.
what I mean? Like for every song that you write, you sort of need to have a balanced song.
I love
you
that.
know,
So in the arms of a lake, or maybe with the slap.
I don't
There-
remember you. And that's all
Yeah.
she sings, and it's literally 2 seconds long.
And I'm doing a new show just called. I think this is what it's about.
I think this is what it's about. Is the title?
It's a movie review show.
Okay.
Where I'm showing a poster, and then I'll just
Okay.
kind of.
Can I get you? Can I give you an example of a movie?
Yeah,
and you
sure,
can,
100%.
You
I'm
can
great at
review
this.
it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. The Arrival.
I love this movie. This is great. Classic, close encounters. You got the girl, you got the guy. There's aliens coming down, big battles, super fun, but smart. And, and I think, at a certain part, I think that there's going to be some love, but I also am not sure that it's going to work out because ultimately the aliens are the thing.
Okay.
So,
Not
yeah,
bad. Pretty close, I think.
Yeah, so
okay,
there you
let's
go.
do another one. Manchester by the Sea.
This is great. I mean, typical Boston, working class.
How do you know
people-
How do you know it's Boston just from the poster?
I just because it's one of the effects. They only do Boston movies.
Oh,
right?
okay. Copy,
Yeah,
copy.
Typical.
This is good context
Boston.
clues.
Yeah, they're in the they're a water town. They're just like, oh, everything's harder for them because they're working on the docks, and they got the normie issues. All those things. I got to pay bills. I got to do this, and then one woman, she may or may not have an abortion, I guess, and then the other guy's like, I'll pay for it, or I'll take care of the kid. There's definitely a kid involved in it, and there's gonna be a crying scene or two. So it's gonna be a heart wringer. It's like, hey, it's heavy.
heart-wringer.
It's a heart wringer. It's a heavy. It's a heavy.
Wow, you're really good at this.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So, and how long is that show? Because
That
it
show
seems,
is- that
like
show-
your reviews are about 60 seconds.
Look, and I can extrapolate. I go into it. Like for that movie, I go, "Girl from Dawson's Creek really shines." as always. And that guy, the effect that is really good. He's killing it.
If you were the girl from Dawson's Creek and had so much tragedy in your life, why would you sign up for to be constantly crying in movies?
I think because it's accessible to her. Like it's ready to go.
It's like boom, she can access that.
It's basically like she's not crying when it's like she's always crying. So when they're just on action, it just rolls right into it.
Yeah.
She just goes from set to set.
She's just like, wait a minute, I could why am I just doing this at my house? I can get an Oscar from this.
Yeah, it's like if you're good at juggling, get into the circus. Let's go.
Hey,
but not Barnum
that's
and Bailey's.
great advice.
And by the way, it's a shirt that we're selling on our website.
Oh, okay, wait, your website. What is your website?
Again, we're having the issue with the transferring the name, but it's TruLife TV.
TruLife TV. Right. Okay. How about just more TV?
Again, I wish I had that kind of brain power.
Right. Oh man, but you don't have that kind of brain power.
I mean, that's why I pay the big bucks to the lawyers.
Yeah. Well, look, guys, we need to take a break. I hope that's okay. When we come back, we're going to have, as I said, from here on in on the show, it's a new America. We want to highlight some of the people out there who try to make a difference in their communities. And so we're going to be talking to a youth pastor for at-risk teens.
Awesome. I'd love to talk to that guy.
So, yeah. Well, so why don't we take a break? I think you're the perfect person to talk to.
Yeah.
You might have some ideas.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I'm open to anything. We got plenty hours. There's 24 hours in a day. And there's 52 weeks in a year. You do the math.
How much programming do you actually have?
If original programming from top to bottom,
how many hours do you actually?
Let me just quickly calculate it. We have 24 hours of original programming yearly.
Yearly,
yeah,
right.
And so
that's where the Mad About You reruns come in.
Mad About You reruns. But we consider everything on our network a Mad About You sandwich. It's Mad About You original. And Mad About You. Mad About You is always on either side of it.
Right. So 23 hours of the day is Mad About You.
Yeah, they got the seasons for it. And you can, and the way that we've been playing it, you can pretty much watch the entire run of the series if you watch nonstop all week long.
Right. It kind of runs out by Friday.
Yeah. But then, people are always like, oh, I didn't know there was an episode where Richard Kind did this. Or, oh, wait, did they broke up? Oh, they got back together. He's running for office. What happened with his documentary film? It's all these, Mad About You is a show. I don't even call it a show. I call it a friend because you check in with it and you're like, oh, what's my friend up to now? And it's like your grandmother or your aunt. You hear the same stories a million times, but that doesn't mean you're going to leave Thanksgiving dinner early. It's like, oh, yeah, I'll just sit through
What did you do this Thanksgiving, by the way?
I watched Mad About You.
Yeah, I figured. All right, let's go to a break. When we come back, we'll be talking to Kelly Burton, a youth pastor for at-risk teens. We'll be right back with more Comedy Bang Bang after this. Happy New Year! That's right. It is, of course, the new year, and with the new year comes new goals. I'm sure many of you have new goals out there, and I'm not talking about all of you soccer players or football, as you prefer to be called. Ugh. I'm talking about career goals. Career goals. Well, most of you have probably made resolutions, New Year's resolutions to be more precise, to take on new challenges, right? Like maybe you want to, just pulling off the top of my head, start a new business. Maybe you want to change careers. Maybe you want to launch some sort of creative project, much like the projects I've launched over the years. Oh my gosh. Oh, I could go on and on, but it's not about me. Whatever your next move is, maybe a good idea would be to tackle it with Squarespace. Squarespace. Squarespace is used by so many people, so many businesses, including musicians, designers, artists, restaurants use Squarespace. How do they know how to do it? They're just buildings. Squarespace gives you the ability to create an online platform from which to make your next move known to the world. Maybe you need a landing page, which of course I know what that is. Maybe you need a beautiful gallery, a professional blog, an online store. I don't know. It's all included in your Squarespace website. Plus, with Squarespace's award-winning templates, creating your website is a simple, intuitive process. You want to add and arrange content and features? Well, do it with but the click of a mouse, my dear boy. And there's nothing to install, nothing to patch, nothing to upgrade ever. Look, here's one thing though. If you do have a question, which I doubt you would even have a question, Squarespace is so easy to use. If you do though, Squarespace provides award-winning 24/7 customer support and can help you with any problem, no matter how stupid you feel or how technical it is or how trivial seeming it might be. So look, there's no reason not to use Squarespace. Start your free trial today at squarespace.com and enter offer code BANGBANG to get 10% off your first purchase. That's BANGBANG for 10% off your first purchase. Squarespace, make your next move. Make your next website? Comedy Bang Bang, we're back here. Michelle Biloon, our friend from Philly.
Hello.
Our PH from PH.
That's right.
You see the any of the sports things this year?
I did. I went to a Sixers game. They call it Sixers, not the 76ers, which I was told my entire way to the game.
Yeah, of course. Don't call it the 76ers.
Is that a thing? Does everyone know that it's 76ers and not the Sixers? Because
I presume if it's about sports and I know it, then everyone knows it.
Yeah, I've never heard them referred to as the 76ers.
Although I think that you should start. What I like to do
I like to honor our nation's, birthplace.
Yeah.
I like to, when I'm giving directions now, use freeways. I'll say take the 101 freeway to the 405. And I also like to, when I do phone numbers, I like to say, yeah, my phone number is 8,183,000,000. And see people try to frantically. But how was the game, by the way?
It was terrible. It was I don't go see basketball. It was one of the worst. And they played the Bulls, which are apparently horrible. And did
they ever ask you to join the team?
I could have.
That's a successful game if they're ever like, hey, you up there.
I could have jumped down there and caught a pass and handed it to somebody. I'm pretty sure I could have made that happen.
Handed it to somebody, by the way. Not thrown it, not passed it. Just like, here, take this.
Here you go.
I am a big Clippers fan, and I go to the games.
The 70 Clippers.
The 70 Clippers.
Do they call it the Clippers?
Well, the Clippers, I didn't realize this, were originally the worst mascot, which was a boat, like a Clipper ship.
Oh, I love it. Oh.
And so, like, the original logo.
Did they change it to like a barber's apparatus, like a hair trimmer?
On 5.
Now they got this. Oh man, their mascot right now is a little bit ridiculous. Kanye West wanted to redesign their mascot, but one of the best parts of watching that the last Clippers game I was at was Mark Cuban was there because the Mavs were there, and watching Mark Cuban.
Were they playing the Mavs or
they were playing the Mavs?
There? They were in the stands, like doing some recon.
They're just we got to get on the we got to find out what's going on. We can't watch the game.
Some intel.
But
our VCR doesn't work.
Mark Cuban sits essentially on the bench of the Mavs, like just to be like in the mix. And that guy got on court every time out. And no one's talking to him, and he's not talking to anybody
just
else.
Strolling around?
Just strolling around, looking up at the sky. He was having people toss popcorn in his mouth. Now, I love Mark Cuban. I love, like, the Shark Tank, but I was like, why?
You're in love with Mark Cuban?
Wow.
Mark, if you're listening to me, I love you.
Is he Cuban, by the way?
I don't think he's Cuban.
Not truth in advertising if he's not.
I wouldn't
as far
believe
as
me.
I'm concerned.
I know it's Hollywood makes you change your name like that.
Yeah. So Cuban.
Yeah.
Out
So
there.
Cuban. It was so odd to watch him, and then I became obsessed with watching him be
Well,
out
he
of
wants
place.
you to.
Yeah.
He was just out of place the entire game.
What is he doing?
He was trying to catch water with his mouth because the ceiling at the Staples Center was leaking a little bit because it was raining.
No, he was not trying to catch leaking water in his mouth.
That's what, and then my wife and I were debating it. I was like, June, what's going on there? And she's like, I think he's catching water. And I was like, Then we went on his Instagram page, and he was catching water with his mouth.
That's disgusting. That's just something my 4-year-old would try to do. That's
so
gross.
weird, so disgusting. I don't want to have that disgusting
What's
Staples Center roof water in your mouth.
Why would Staples Center roof water be more disgusting than just normal water? Because it's traveling through pipes?
And through layers of smog turning into the rain.
Wait, so you think water that comes from the sky is inherently disgusting?
Yeah.
In LA?
Well, I think
because it goes through smog.
Yeah.
I think you're coming. I'm going to believe that you are coming through something. You're pushing it down.
Coming through some grime of some sort.
2 against 1.
Then you're landing on a dirty ass roof, and then that roof is then leaking
Dripping.
down.
Oof.
And it might like drip down one of those banners,
And then someone in the upper deck puts it in their mouth, and then they spit it down. So it just like
essentially people from the high level were just spitting in his mouth.
Yeah, I'd rather be drinking a player's sweat or trying to catch that than dirty LA roof water.
But you would just rather be drinking a player's sweat.
I mean, look,
you're such a fan.
Look, I'm
You grab
in
a
there.
towel.
By the way, I'll bid on it on eBay. Like, whatever. You got DeAndre Jordan sweat in a jar? Sure, I'll make a bid.
So let me ask you a question, because the coolest thing about this terrible game of basketball I watched was they had this T-shirt cannon.
Oh, yeah.
That was like, I'd never seen it. It was like
It's
a
pronounced
like a
t-shirt.
howitzer.
Oh, yeah.
And it was insane. It went all the way to the upper deck. Is that a new thing?
It is a new thing.
It's
T-shirt
crazy.
cannons, obviously.
The technology.
T-shirt cannons obviously were invented in the early 1960s.
Yes, and actually used in Vietnam first, deployed in
Yeah,
Vietnam as a propaganda campaign.
It's a peace symbol. And a
We
flower.
actually had a sketch on Human Giant where it was a T-shirt
Oh, I
squad,
remember it.
and
Oh.
we went around and we were an elite group of mercenaries that used T-shirt cannons, and we would go out and
People love free
perform.
T-shirts.
We performed with a T-shirt cannon at a local college basketball game to get footage of us like shooting these T-shirt cannons, and they never really had T-shirt cannons there, and the power that you wield when you shoot that into a crowd. It's the best. I have performed in fun venues in front of great, excited people, but shooting a cannon with a T-shirt in front of people, you will never know a greater
You could put
excitement and
anything
power.
on the shirt. Like,
Oh,
it's
they
great.
don't. The shirt is not even the difference. It's like shoot
Just
me with stuff.
But also, it's because you're in a crowd of people, and to be the one person that catches
yeah.
something, it's
Yeah,
like
it's-
the odds of that are so astronomical.
It's amazing, and the howitzer one is insane. It's a
insane.
giant drum. It's like brah, brah,
It was
brah,
the best thing. And then when they reload, I'm like, they're going to do it again. They're going to do it again.
There's another version of this too that they do that's even sadder because it's slower. They do a parachute drop at the Clipper games where they
guess.
put gift cards on parachutes. And so they're like these little mini parachutes drop from the rafters, the dirty rafters, and they're coming
where all
down
the
as
smog water is.
These
and
wet
it's coming
gift
down
cards.
so slowly, but people because the T-shirt cannon's whipping at you fast, but to see people like try to jockey under a slowly moving parachute with a gift card attached.
What do they do? Do they return the parachutes afterwards?
Well, the parachutes are small. You get to keep them.
You get to keep the parachute.
Well, there.
That's what being a member of Clipper Nations gets you. A little parachute if you get it, and a $25 gift card to Denny's.
Have you ever caught anything? A T-shirt?
No, never caught a
parachute?
thing.
Mhm, but you're sitting down there on courtside, so it's
Yeah.
that's more for the people up there.
Yeah. By the way, I don't sit on courtside, but oddly, a lot of people on courtside get a lot of shit, and I'm like, guys,
What?
jack that up
Jack
higher.
it up to a little higher.
Yeah, we don't need to give it to the people who can spend like $10,000 for a seat. Come on.
I hate hearing that. But you know what I love hearing is the fact that it's time to get to our next guest.
Oh.
Yeah.
And this is a sort of a new feature on the show. I like to call it Giving Something Back, and where I'm going to try to highlight look, it's a crazy climate out there in a crazy world. And, a lot of people are like, oh, what can I do in my community? I feel so powerless to change things. And I want to highlight people out there in our communities who are out there making a difference. So, and this is certainly one of those types of people. He is a youth pastor for at-risk teens. Please welcome Kelly Burton. Hello.
What's up, Scott? How are you, man?
I'm good, man. It's great to meet you.
Good to see you, brother.
This is Paul. This is Michelle.
What's
How
up,
are you?
brother? What's up,
Hey,
brother?
How are you?
Wait, I'm.
Sister. I
Sister.
guess.
Right on. So cool. So thanks for giving me this platform. So what I do, Scott,
Please tell us. I'm fascinated by people who spend their time helping others.
I love to. And I love it, and I get more from them than they get from me, I think, in the end of the day.
I bet that's how
I
it
hear
works.
that.
Yeah, I bet that truly is how it works.
What I do for these mean kids is I take the Bible and I translate what it is saying to their modern era, because these guys are, they have cell phones, they have iPhones, .phones.com phones, and
that's great. I mean, these days is like, what is
I
it?
don't even.
Kids
I
are
can't
ridiculous.
do.
and I'll give you an example of it. I translate for these mean kids what is going on in this thing.
Yeah.
So I've got a
It's
Bible
like the
here.
iPhone 5, iPhone 5S, iPhone 6. What's next? The iPhone 6S?
Right. I think it's the 7, but I think the
That might be it.
way to do it is it's similar to what you're saying. You have to upgrade the Bible. Sometimes you have to
Because
Got
look,
it.
the Bible was written by holy men and Ruth, thousands of
Thousands of years ago.
I'll give you a bang you to the moon, right?
Yeah, I'll bang you to the moon. But
and so some of the just circumstances surrounding, Jesus wore robes, for instance. It's like, who can
Exactly.
relate to that?
and nowadays you would be like Instagram that, So
it's like instead of like the final supper would be like a pizza party or or tapas.
Obviously he has
Oh,
better
yeah,
examples
2
than
a.m.
that, Paul.
2 a.m. Taco Bell kind of a thing.
those
Yeah.
are both really good, and if you don't mind, I'm going to use those. So I'm just going to rifle through this Bible and read a passage at random.
Just so you know, I just watched him rifle.
He
That's
was
his-
rifling.
This
yeah.
is from Chronicles. Guys saying
Chronic.
the sons
All
of
right,
Moses. It's just listing kids right now. I'm going to go to another section.
Okay.
This one says, once again, the Israelites did evil in the eyes of the Lord, and because they did this evil, the Lord gave Eglon, king of Moab, power of Israel. I think what I would translate that to is like, be cool, have fun. You got your Instagram, you've got Snapchat. And you got to be cool. Also, like if a youth pastor brings like an expensive Frisbee, you don't take that. That's not yours. If he's in the bathroom, it should not.
I'm sorry.
end up
Yeah, but you said expensive Frisbee, right?
like a one that lights up or something.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So
I guess the lights would be the most expensive part of that frisbee.
I hope it wouldn't weigh it down.
it's all one package. But the point is that I think what they're saying there in that passage is that someone's Frisbee is their Frisbee. And if they come with it, they should leave with it. That's their Frisbee.
Seems like a very specific interpretation. of it.
At-risk teens should not take the Frisbee from any other Gentile or whatever.
So you're the
Gentile.
Wait, so the king in that is the youth pastor.
I forgot. Did it say king in
There
that?
was a king in there, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to give you a better one.
Yeah,
Let me
go-
rifle through.
Oh, totally rifling
is,
through.
This is from Jeremiah. I love this one. This is my favorite passage. These are the words the Lord spoke concerning Israel and Judah.
What about Israel in this?
Cries of fear
You're
are
not reading this in
heard,
front of Obama, right?
terror, not peace. Ask and see. So I think what it's saying there is basically like if a youth pastor is like going to the bathroom for a minute and he's got a very expensive Frisbee and he leaves it on like a picnic table.
It's still about
still
the
his
kids
exactly. Yes, it's still his Frisbee. Is
Can
that
I-
what you're?
No, I wasn't gonna say. I was gonna say
still his Frisbee.
I was thinking that
You
all this is
cannot-
about the. I mean, that's the second passage that seems to be directly correlated to a
Can I ask
Frisbee.
a question?
Yeah.
Are these two separate incidences?
They
Incidents?
are. They are. They're too expensive Frisbees. Yes. Sir.
Okay.
Well, I would just say
And to-
stop buying Frisbees.
And stop going to the bathroom.
I have my own reasons for going to the bathroom, and
What
that
are the? Do you mind talking about those reasons?
I do, sir. I have IBS, and the Lord has blessed me with a challenge that I've overcome.
Right.
But the biggest thing is these at-risk teens.
Itchy butthole syndrome.
By the way, that is a new show that we have coming to. TruLife.
You do really?
Yeah.
Is that's a medical drama?
It is, and it's
It's like CSI in a way.
It's
IBS?
amazing. We got all the extras from ER. Remember the classic show?
Oh yeah, I
ER?
love them.
You got all of them.
We got all the extras. We found them all, and Anthony Edwards to lead it, and it's sort of
Edwards is in.
I mean, according to his agent, we're close. And if not him, we'll do a voice, and we'll do it like Grand Moff Tarkin and Rogue One.
Oh, okay.
And we'll just digitally recreate them. We're
Everyone dies
we're
in
into
Rogue One.
We're doing
What
big.
was that?
Whoa.
Everyone dies in Rogue One, according to the.
Wait, I don't want to. Obviously, it seems like you're teaching these kids morals, and I think it's true, like not to steal,
Right.
But also, can you have like
that's a big part of the Bible. Thou shalt not steal.
Not steal frisbees,
covet.
not covet frisbees, or whatever.
Is it only frisbees?
It doesn't. Everything. Of course, everything. Of course, everything.
So do kids today? They use frisbees? Is that
all I'm saying is
at night because they light up?
If a youth pastor was to bring an expensive frisbee
On two separate occasions.
on two separate occasions to
Can we
camp-
just like cut the
a
facade and say
common
like you are
denominator.
the youth, you brought this frisbee?
Sure. You know what? Let's play it. Let's have fun. Yes. So say I did that. Say I did. If someone has that out there, if one of the at-risk kids, and I'm so sorry for your upbringing, I'm so sorry for your bad neighborhoods. But if you have my Frisbee and you could bring back my Frisbee,
Frisbees.
yeah.
Do you think it's one person who took both or two?
I think it is, and I think I know who he is.
Who is he?
I think it's Chad.
Chad?
Yeah.
What's Chad's whole deal? Where's Chad from?
Just the rap and the
Okay.
pants.
Have you? Maybe I can help you here. Have you heard about Tile?
Is that another rapper?
No,
That's a good. No, I know you're talking about.
Tile is a small little disc-like substance that you can put on objects, and you can then always locate them. So you could put a tile on people put on their keychain and stuff like that, so you could follow your Frisbee.
On all your Frisbees. How many Frisbees
Sounds like something I should put on my wife's vagina.
Whoa!
I'm gonna do one
Wait a
more
second.
I can't even.
Bible passage.
Wait a
for
second.
you.
Hold on.
Okay. So is this not about Frisbees? When you were talking about Frisbees, are you really talking about your wife's vagina?
No, that felt like I was. So this
Were you
is
playing
Ezekiel.
to the room? Were you trying to play to the room?
I was playing
Oh.
to the room, to the back of the room. This is Ezekiel. He took some of the seed of your land and put it in fertile soil. I think that's about taking something from someone else and Snapchatting it or whatever. Like I modernize this stuff.
This is great. No, but I like this. It's a little different than
And you Snapchat it and you take photos of it and you're showing all your friends how you stole can't think of anything else. A Frisbee, say, that lights up.
Well, I don't think.
And you're showing all your friends on Instagram, and that is to you fertile soil, but to me,
that's yours.
What was in the
That's my
pictures?
Frisbee.
What were they doing in the pictures?
they were putting the Frisbees on their rear ends, and I'm you know what? And I'm funny and I'm cool.
Really?
And yes. And these guys don't
what makes
know
you
that.
think that?
Well, the Frisbees light up.
Yeah, but that's the Frisbee. That's not you. Why do you think you're funny and cool?
Where's your light?
Yeah.
I also I'll wear like a backwards baseball hat. Oh, and last year at the end of this
at the end of
camp, I did a sketch where I was a pompous guy who was saying, "Everyone clean your cabins," or I do not approve.
Is this a sketch or was this you just actually telling people to clean their cabins?
I wore a scarf.
Okay, well, I don't
It
know.
was your scarf, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Paul, you
As
mentioned
opposed
Human
to
Giant. Does that count as a sketch if you wear a scarf?
I gotta talk to Aziz and Rob and Jason about it.
Yeah, wrangle those
Did
guys.
I do a human giant?
Did
I do a human giant?
I don't look. I'd argue that you didn't do a human giant because
I would argue that you're part of Human Giant, as much a part as Jason is.
You know what? You're an official member of Human Giant.
Kelly Burton is in Human Giant.
But I'm gonna say though we would reject that sketch because there's no heightening to it.
Absolutely.
You just basically said
Absolutely.
you just said like clean your cabins and
Absolutely.
so.
I'm just happy to be in Human Giant. Kelly Burton is in Human Giant. I'm very honored. I've much better sketches for you. And
well, I mean, it's kind of a mute point because Human Giant hasn't been on the air since 2008.
Thank you so much.
But
thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, well,
Michelle and I just looked at each other on mute point. We shook our heads silently.
moot.
Yeah.
Look, I'm sorry about your Frisbees. I don't know why you're bringing so many Frisbees. Were you even playing it with the kids or?
How
do you hold a Frisbee? Do you like put your hands in it?
Great question.
Or like around it on top of it?
Very good question.
Okay, will you answer those in order?
I'm also more concerned about where this question is coming from. Have you not seen a Frisbee before?
I'm just wondering how a youth pastor holds a Frisbee.
I mean, hey, I'm interested now.
I guess it'd be like if you were going to try to throw a burger bun like a Frisbee,
Right.
and then revert it back to the Frisbee, and that's how I would throw it.
So you're at a barbecue.
Yeah.
You're having a good time.
And someone's like, hey,
Spirits
wing
are
this
high.
bun. Wing it around. You're a member of Human Giant. Have fun. And I would go, I'm going to wing this bun as hard as I can.
Mm-hmm.
And I would take it by the edge and throw it like a Frisbee.
Sort of with a flick of the wrist.
With a flick of the wrist.
Like one would throw a Frisbee.
Right. So how I'm throwing that bun is how I would throw also a Frisbee.
Okay.
Right, great. Now, back to my question.
Am I out? Am I still in?
You're still on mute.
Oh, there we go. That works.
Let's really make this a mute point. Look, why did you bring the Frisbee around? Are you playing Frisbee with these kids?
I'm trying to, yeah. I try to update Bible verses and play Frisbee, and that's what I thought my job was. And a lot of these guys, they say they're going to bed early, and then I go to bed early, and then I get up, and all my stuff's gone. My homemade wallet was gone.
Homemade? What did you make your wallet out of?
It was a crafts session that we had at 3 p.m. that I was the only one that goddamn showed up for.
You know what? Take me through a day with you, like the activities. I'm getting
let's
in
get
there.
the camp schedule.
How
Let's
old
go.
are the kids? I mean, like, what ages
kids
are
are like-
By the way, let's ask him questions one at a time.
We're like a press conference. We're peppering you.
I'll take this. They're mean 17-year-olds. They're a bunch of mean 17-year-olds who don't like me, and they're mean. And
Mean teens.
They're a bunch of mean teens.
At-risk teens.
Yeah, they're not.
Ooh, I'm writing that down.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's not a bad show idea.
Yeah, I like that.
Rhyming.
You wanna be in
Mean
show
at-risk
business?
teens.
Yeah, I'd love to be in
I would love to
showbiz.
meet some
I
of
want
these
to be in the
kids.
human giant.
Well, like I said, it's a muted point.
Me and my friends are very funny. A lot of the stuff we do at the end of camp is very, very funny, and I think you would get a kick out of it.
Honestly, Human Giant did start from just a bunch of, silly summer camp bits that we would do.
You guys were in summer camp together?
We all were in summer camp
It's the
together.
same then.
Well, I don't know if it's exactly the same,
It's
but
the same. You did like the pompous, like I've got a scarf and I'm inspecting your cabins.
no, we didn't do
Wait,
that.
you were inspecting them?
well,
That's
I
new.
acted
That's
like
new
it.
information.
Yeah, walk me.
Originally,
through,
you were just telling them to clean it, and now you're inspecting them.
walk me through a day. I want to know.
Yes.
All right, so the 17-year-olds at 9, they wake up, they eat breakfast. Their first activity is
Theirs or mine?
theirs.
Oh, I don't know what they do all day.
Wait, but I thought you were running this camp. with
Yes, but here's my day.
you just let them
I
go
get up,
wild.
I take a shower.
Okay.
How long does the shower
I
last?
wash my shoulders. I wash my chest. I wash my stomach, my little tummy. I wash.
It's funny. I know this is a fact that you can once you've determined your shower pattern, you can't break it. Like so, if you always have,
It's true.
go to your
Yeah.
your shoulders and your chest, you're never going to start off with your legs.
God bless you for saying that.
Oh,
That's
wow.
very
Rich just reached out his hand to
Wash my legs.
touch
I
Paul's
wash
hand.
my thighs. I wash my upper little white thighs. I wash my little fanny.
Don't say fanny.
I wash my little, for lack of a better word, penis and little nutsack. I wash my toes.
feel
I wash
real-
between my toes.
first the toes, then between them.
Yeah, I get between each toe.
Why do you get to your balls and then you go back down to your toes?
Yeah.
Once you form a pattern.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So,
Where do your knees come in?
And I've fucked them.
Really? So,
They're filthy.
do you mind? Can I take a look at those things?
You don't want to see it.
All right.
All right,
there's
so
full
the
McDonald's
shower
wrappers
takes
on.
on average how long?
Sounds
So
very
that's
thorough.
the first 3 hours.
Oh, wow. Every day?
And what time are you getting up?
I get up at 10.
All right, so you're not out of the shower until 1.
Yeah, what are you?
I mean, I'm up.
Mr. Miracle. You know what?
I'm
I
running a
quit
network.
Human Giant.
Oh, all right.
I quit.
Wow.
I have to
this
tell
is
Aziz and
epic.
Rob and Jason.
Don't tell them, please. I want to be in. I want to be in.
No, I got to talk to them now.
I want the. So anyway, I get out, and then it's time for canoe wrapping.
Canoe
Canoe
wrap.
wrap.
Which is
WR
my-
or just R?
I no W's. Thanks.
So you're not wrapping a canoe.
You're rapping.
no. It's
Wait, are
an
you saying
idea
no
I had.
W's because there are no W's in any of the words that you use at this camp?
Or no whites.
That's a big part
No.
of it. Yeah, is trying to make it more cultural. So there's no W words allowed.
It's like we already have U's. Just put two of those together.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you just have to pronounce everything that way, and kids hate that. They think that's confusing.
So like a UU art hog.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
So
Got it. So
we
canoe
go out
wrapping.
in
What is canoe
canoes.
wrapping?
We go out in canoes and we rap and we make up new raps and we battle. And no one has joined me for this except.
So you
Ja-
kind of James Coordinate and do a little rap battle out on the boat by yourself. So
Is that what he's doing with that show?
Yeah, they do like celebrity rap battles now. So you get like you get like an Anne Hathaway kind of squaring off against the T.J. Miller or something like that.
Oh, I don't think that's a good idea. But
They've actually spun it off into its own
Most real
show.
thing you've said.
I don't know. I like TJ, but and nice and everything, but come on. Anyway, let's focus back up.
Focus back on your schedule. So then at 3 p.m. you have wallet making.
At 3 p.m. you make your own wallet.
Can you just give me a little bit of like? I want to hear a little bit of your rap battle. I know
I'm
you're not
sorry
in
to
the
gloss
moment,
over
but
that.
yeah.
But
Do
who
you
are you
need it?
battling? If there's nobody else out
Like,
there
how about
with
that
you,
guy Brad?
So Brad, my friend
Chad.
Chad has not come to any canoe rap battles.
But there is a Brad.
And there's also Brad. That is my dad.
Brad's your dad?
You can't stop.
Yeah, that sounded like I was rapping just now.
But it was just informational.
I guess I'm an unintentional Eminem. Eminem is the best rapper ever. That's the only good rapper ever. Anyway,
Okay, weird.
yeah, that Chad is possibly a troubled kid.
Well,
who
they
may
all are
have
troubled
two
kids.
frisbees at this point, and that are not his.
Aren't you just happy though that he has a frisbee and is finding some joy in a simple
Seems
pleasure?
like you brought the frisbees in order to play with the kids.
They
yeah.
light up. They're expensive. If I had like a little flimsy one, you get like thrown out at one of these basketball games you were talking about, that'd be one thing. But these are light up frisbees. They're a little heftier, Scott. They have a heft to them.
Sure. They have a weight to them, a certain weight.
And they have an LED flashlight system.
Sure.
And these are expensive.
How
frisbees.
expensive
I
are we
saw
talking?
something
And if
like this on a
have
prison.
to go to the bathroom.
I saw something like this on like a futuristic prison show, and I'm not plugging my own show, but I believe it was on True Lifetime, and it was
MTV.
believe your mouth to God's ears. Anyway, it was the prison guards. They kept all the prisoners in line by having these hard discs, and so whenever the prisoners would run, instead of like shooting them with like a pellet gun or whatever, a stun gun, they would throw a disc at the back of their head and knock
Sort of
them
like
out.
when you're at a barbecue and you're throwing like a hamburger bun at like a friend
Is
of
that how
yours.
you would handle it?
Yeah, but yet this one is made out of more of a tighter steel, and it would kind of knock you down, knock your socks off in a way.
This is going to sound inappropriate, but I'm rock hard with all of us talking about frisbees.
It is inappropriate.
Yeah.
Ow!
Well, there's first of all
Everyone here
we're all married people.
Yeah.
And
so
we're
you
not.
can't
Press your
get
wife's
hard
vagina.
Okay.
Rock hard.
Okay, I'll just push it down between my buns.
Yikes.
Wait, a minute.
Now that's
Nightmare.
like
That's not the solution. Please stop
use-
doing that.
And yeah, and
What
please use
is?
Fanny.
Yeah. Well, look, I feel like you should be focusing on the Bible and the teachings and helping the kids at this point. I mean, I'm sorry about your frisbees, but there's bigger issues at play.
You're right.
How do you feel about our new president?
Let me see.
Well, his president never changed. It's God, right?
I'll give a random Bible passage. This is from 2 Kings. I don't know what that
Oh, I like
means,
3
but-
Kings. I like the sequel.
Oh yeah.
George Clooney.
So good.
So the king
Beat up
sent,
David O. Russell.
Of course, it mentions a king. So the king sent a third captain with his 50 men. Okay, so how I would update that to your question, Scott, to kids nowadays, it mentions 50. Maybe that makes you think of followers. You got Snapchat, followers of that kind and other kinds, and it's the type of thing that if you just want to be good to your followers. You want to be nice. You want to do likes. If like a youth pastor brings a bunch of donuts and then has to go to the bathroom, you don't eat all the donuts. You leave 1 or 2 for him. You're nice to your, you got to update these things. And that's the thing that I feel like-
Okay, if you're bringing donuts for the kids, they're the kids' donuts. Eat the donuts you want to eat before you go to the bathroom.
I don't get to pick when I have to go to the bathroom.
Here's the thing that you do.
Do you have? Wait,
What?
no. Is it wait?
Because IBS.
Yeah, or is there someone picking for you?
God, in a way, is
Yeah.
picking when you.
The Lord picks when I have to go, and He is wise in it, but not wise in the sense that, as far as my donut consumption, just wise in that me not going in my pants, right? So anyway, the biggest thing right now is to just think about how the Bible is still relevant today.
Okay, well, that's a good lesson.
I haven't. I got to be honest. I have not heard really anything religious come out of your
Yeah.
mouth. All I really heard is "Thou shalt not steal your frisbee," and it seems
Well, that's for sure.
Well, that just seems very
And it's all about
isolated.
you. It's all about you.
Anyone's frisbee. If anyone has a light in the glow in the dark frisbee, you shouldn't steal it, right?
Sure.
And
That's a
if
given.
anyone,
So you're saying the original Bible was essentially about a frisbee, or like in the past, whatever the version of the frisbee was in the past.
yeah, well, right, exactly. And
I'm sure at the
so-
Last Supper they were throwing around, bagels.
Why was Jesus like crucified because of maybe like an extreme frisbee game gone wrong?
Absolutely possible. I think any of these things. I think it expands to lots of stuff. I think it's like don't tag someone's Jeep Wrangler. Don't be mean to
What kind
you.
of car do you have?
I have a Jeep Wrangler.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
It's orange.
It's orange?
Yeah.
What an odd color for it.
Point is, guys. If someone brings a bunch of donuts, has a frisbee, cruises up in a Jeep Wrangler, blasting the Red Hot Chili Peppers, that's a fun guy. You should have fun with him, not take full advantage of him for 3 goddamn days.
Okay, 3 days did this happen? Okay,
This was
look,
I'm coming out of a nightmare, Scott.
I'm sorry to hear this. We have to take a break, though.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This sounds like a bad situation for you, and maybe this isn't the right profession for you.
Yeah, they're
to be.
mean, bad kids.
Yeah. Mean teens.
Oh, yeah,
Again,
good teens.
Yeah.
I got that. I copyrighted that. Anyone out there, you want to send your logos to me at True
Yes.
Lifestyle?
Send me your avails.
Send me your logos.
It's not still MTV. You've changed it.
Well, it's been changed, yes. And so everyone who says more TV, yeah, I get it, but I can't go back there. But you can make a logo that says True Lifetime TV, formerly MTV.
All right, great. Send us those things. Can you stick around, Kelly?
Yeah, I've got like 2 minutes.
Okay, well, I think you're going to leave in the middle of the ads then.
Yeah,
Just
I saw
stick
you.
around for the next segment.
I saw your Jeep Wrangler outside with the blinkers on, like the hazard lights. Did you just park on the street like that?
I have to go take a nap. I've got a minute.
You just got up.
I know. I just got out of the shower.
It's 2 p.m.
Jeez.
All right, we'll be right back. Actually, we have a very interesting person coming up here, so we'll be right back after this. Here comes the bride, all dressed in white? Sure, why not? You know what? Don't worry about what she is going to wear, guys. Worry about what you're going to wear. Think about how stressful going to a wedding is, okay? You think you have a suit in your closet. You haven't looked at it since the last wedding you went to. Maybe it's pressed, hopefully. But if you're like me, you're not going to pull it out until an hour before you have to get ready. And sure enough, there's going to be a stain on it from the last wedding where you dropped an hors d'oeuvre on your crotch. I hope the Black Tux enjoys me saying the word crotch, by the way, in their advertisement. I really hope they do. Look, it's part of making a suit. Crotches. Sure, they call them inseams. They try to disguise it. We know what you're talking about, Black Tux. Anyway, so if you're like me, you probably don't have the right thing to wear to a wedding. And going out and trying to go to a tuxedo rental shop, that is a nightmare for me. I've talked many, many, many times on these advertisements about my tuxedo shopping experiences where I get tuxedos with holes in the crotches, etc., or they don't have the right shirt. It's a night. Look, don't go to these little rinky-dink tuxedo stores, your local tuxedo stores. And plus, they're not even going to look good. They're not going to have like high-quality things that you're going to want to wear. You're going to end up looking like a dweeb. Well, now there's a solution. TheBlackTux.com. All right? High-quality rental suits and tuxedos. Already you're in, but get this, delivered to your doorstep. The Black Tux is giving guys a new way to rent. And get this, the Black Tux offers free home try-on so you can see the fit, feel the quality of your suit way before your event. And the best part, it's done completely online. Never leave your house again. TheBlackTux.com lets you create your look or choose from tons of stylist-selected outfits starting at just $95. The suits, they have a modern fit. They're made from fine Italian wool, the highest quality on the rental market. And if you have questions or if you have issues like, say, hey, I need a shorter inseam, their expert customer care team has your back every step of the way. And after ordering, your suit is going to arrive 14 days before your event. That's a full 2 weeks to try it on. Make sure everything fits. If anything is less than perfect, Like that old ABC television show, Less Than Perfect, the Black Tux will send you a free replacement right away. And when your event is over, you just drop your rental right back in the mail. Bing, bam, boom. Shipping free both ways. Easy, easy, easy. To get started right now, visit theblacktux.com/bangbang and experience a new way to rent. What I'm talking about is theblacktux.com/bangbang. Look your best. That's not their tagline. That's me improvising. Look your best. Not good, I admit. Theblacktux.com. It's good. That's not good either. Okay, look, I'll leave it to them to come up with the taglines. You just go to it, theblacktux.com/bangbang. You know, I've been talking a lot about resolutions, but one great resolution you can make for the new year is when you pray to those New Year's gods, maximize every minute and every dollar for your small business. Sounds strange, maybe, but here's how you can do it. Here's what I'm talking about, all right? Every dollar you make and every minute you spend, you want to use it wisely, right? Well, there's an easy way to do that, and that is with Stamps.com. Think about how much time you've wasted going to the post office. Think about it right now. I'll wait. Still thinking? Try to hurry it up a little bit. People are forced to listen to me. Wait. Oh, you got it? Okay, good. Okay, so now that you know how much time you've wasted going to the post office, driving there, finding parking, now think about Stamps.com. That just took like a millisecond. See how much time you're already saving? Just use what you already have. You have a computer and printer, don't you? Don't you? Use those, all right? You're going to get official U.S. postage for any letter, any package, and then the mailman who you are used to going to, he or she, your mail person, is going to come to you. And how great does that feel to make someone that you're used to going to, make them come to you? That is a power play, my friend. With Stamps.com, anything you would do at the post office, other than basic human interaction, you can do right from your desk at a fraction of the cost of one of those expensive postage meters. We use Stamps.com over here, and right now you can sign up for Stamps.com by using my code BANGBANG for this special offer. You get a 4-week trial plus a $110 bonus offer, including postage and a digital I almost said stale. That would be weird to have a digital stale. But no, it's a digital scale. No need to worry. Don't wait. Go to Stamps.com before you do anything else. Click on that microphone at the top of the homepage. Type in Bang Bang. That is Stamps.com. Type in Bang Bang. Stamps.com. Never go to the post office again. Comedy Bang Bang, we're back here. Paul had to take off. That was weird, but oh well. You know, it's always good to see him, but he's a busy guy. He's got to get back to that human giant. You know, they're planting the seeds for the reunion tour. But we do have Michelle Biloon.
I'm still here.
And Kelly.
What's up?
You were blasting Red Hot Chili Peppers on your phone during the break.
I love the new stuff. It's just as good.
Yeah, but you were
It's just as good.
You were playing the old stuff, though. You were playing Give It Away.
I was. I just feel the need to, give love to the new stuff, too.
Yeah, what's your favorite song on the new
Of the
record?
new one, it's California Movin'.
California Movin', right.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Oh, yeah, let's talk to our next guest. That's okay.
I didn't mean to talk and interrupt them.
Oh, no problem.
I'm just, hey.
Hey, how's it going? Please welcome our next guest. It's Tyren Bigsby.
I told you I didn't want to be introduced as a guest. I'm just here to shadow Scott. I'm making a movie about podcasting, and I'm just I'm not here. I'm just watching.
You're an actor.
Yeah.
You're making a movie about podcasting.
Yeah.
And so you're here. You asked me. You called up and said, "Hey,
to just watch and see how it all goes down." Yeah. It's kind of a cool. It follows vibe about podcasting. If you saw that movie, it's cool.
Cool, yeah. And what do you play in the movie, Tyren?
I'm basically like a podcaster who gets reads an ad wrong, and then the advertiser comes after me. And
Boy, that's a little close to home. I tell you, what with me mispronouncing that watch, the Huawei, the Huawei Fit.
Yeah, so I'm just here, kind of just getting the vibe. But I did this a couple times. I did a cop movie, and we did a ride along.
Which cop? Oh, did you do the movie ride along?
Oh.
No, I didn't do that movie. I did a much darker kind of movie called L.A. WTF.
Oh.
PD.
L.A. WTF PD.
Yeah.
Does that stand for Los Angeles What the Fuck Police Department?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we couldn't put the curse word on the poster.
So you just shortened it to all that.
So it's LAWTFPD, and that was actually was in Slam Dance last year.
Oh,
it was me.
Nice.
Cool.
It was Vinny D'Onofrio.
He was there.
He was great. He was in it with me.
Yeah.
He plays my boss in it. It was a cool movie. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I remember him from the Magnificent Seven. He's got that high-pitched voice. Hey!
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, I'm a cowboy.
He's a great actor.
He's really good,
I
yeah.
don't like to poke fun at him.
I'm not poking fun.
Yeah,
It's great. So you talk so softly that I almost feel compelled to join you. I feel like we need to be in hushed tones.
No, it's just like I save the instrument when I'm not working.
Sure, you're an actor. You've been in a lot of stuff. I guess I've never seen you. Kelly, are you a fan of Tyren? I've never seen him.
I'm not familiar. I'm a big fan of what I'm seeing so far.
Thank you.
I see big, strong shoulders, and
Thank you. Yeah, I did get famous from my abs, I guess. I guess people say that online.
Those are shoulder adjacent. So
yeah, so it's but whatever. I don't want to talk about me. It's I'm a blank piece of paper.
cool. Yeah, Michelle, do you know Tyren's work? Or
you see any of my work?
A
A lot of people say I transform.
Did you do an early Netflix series?
I did.
Oh.
I did the movie. It was basically, I don't know if you saw the one with the guy from The Sopranos.
Oh, the Lilyhammer?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
no, I was in that.
You were in Lilyhammer.
I was in all 3 seasons of Lilyhammer.
Wow, so you were...
And actually, it was in the 3rd season that only aired in Iceland.
Whoa.
that was Iceland only. Can I ask what's the difference between being
Steven Van Zandt is a genius.
absolutely
Little Steven, they call him.
yeah?
I just call him by his full name out of respect.
He's in
respect
that
the craft,
band.
respect, yeah.
A lot of bandanas.
Him and it was great experience.
The E Street Bandana.
Yes. And what's the difference between riding along at a podcast and just being on a podcast?
Yeah, because at this point it seems like you're
Now
you're
I'm
just
on. Now I am
talking
Because
and
riding
if I was-
along with
if I
a
was-
cop, you witness. Yeah.
Yeah, I would be witnessing, and I'm witnessing all the interviews and the.
but you
the
wouldn't be
style.
actually arresting people. Like say you were a cop and you got called to like a campsite.
What's
and
my name?
Officer Crowley.
Okay, Crowley. Yeah.
You got called to a campsite
And
and
I
there-
had some fucked up things happen
Right,
to
yeah.
me.
Sure.
Maybe
all of your
I
backstory.
killed a kid or something.
Sure, maybe.
Yeah, all
Okay,
that.
yeah, sure.
So you're called because there's been a robbery of some property.
Right.
Camp property.
Got it.
Camp property or property of a camp
It's
counselor.
like expensive.
Oh.
Expensive.
How expensive are we talking? You didn't
Yeah,
answer
A light
me.
up frisbee?
Yeah.
More expensive than I'm willing to.
All right.
On my weekly salary, my camp fucking salary. God, what's your bleeping?
I can retroactively do it. Do you want to
Thank
go
you so
ahead?
much.
Here,
Yeah,
go,
please.
say it again.
My salary. So you'll.
Not sure why you bleeped camp.
Shoot. Right. Camp. So put camp back in.
Okay,
where I
well, let's put it
label
back in.
Regardless, say that someone had something stolen that took them a lot of time. They had to go to 2 different targets to get.
I got this. Yeah.
Meaning it was sold out of the.
The first target, they looked at me like I was crazy.
All right.
They were like, frisbees don't light up. Second target, they said, we got you. Go to sporting goods. But so say.
Wait, so you
got
went to a.
got
I
it.
see. Sporting goods.
I got
section.
the world.
Yeah.
I got the world. All right. So
Okay.
I think Officer Crowley is here, and I think it would go something like this.
Oh boy.
Motherfuckers! You get down on the fucking ground! I don't give a shit what you say! Bam! Bam! Bam!
It was Chad. Chad did it.
Chad. Come here, you son of a bitch. Let me look at you. You know what?
I did it. I took it when he was in the bathroom
You took that from
shitting.
Kelly. You took that from Kelly Bishop. Let me tell you something.
Kelly Burton. Get it right. If you're going to come in
son
and
of a bitch.
arrest us, get it right.
When those gangbangers took my son, I looked them in the eye and they looked just like you. You know what? I'm going to put you in an early grave just like I put my son in an early grave.
Your
And
own
then-
son?
My own son in an early grave.
Meaning you buried him or killed him? Please be
I
specific.
put my own son in the grave after he was dead. I've been drinking. And I'm having a hard time today looking at you in your eyes. So you give me that fucking Frisbee before I rip your head off your goddamn
It's 2
body.
Frisbees.
Give me the one Frisbee. And I'm going to save the other Frisbee to go up your ass.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's a little bit. Yeah, that's a little bit.
Powerful.
God.
Yeah, and
that's
again,
cool.
I was a little loose in the dialogue just because I do work off the script the best.
Here's an idea. I don't think the police are going to, Kelly, I don't think the police are going to get involved in this.
Oh, I think they're going to answer my calls any day now, and I think he is not too far off with that. I don't know about
my
rear end stuff.
Yeah, my suggestion would be like, you have a great actor right here.
Thank you.
Right.
Oh,
What if
well,
you were
tough love.
to hire Tyren over here to come to your
do have my own
campsite?
police uniform.
To
You
scare-
do?
Yeah, one of the things about acting is you always have to be prepared.
Where'd you get the police uniform? On your ride-along?
I bought a uniform store, as a matter of fact.
A uniform store.
Yeah, I bought a uniform store.
I haven't seen one in my local area lately.
Oh, there's
you know
like
how
that.
you always used to see uniform stores?
Yeah, well, a lot of it's gone online.
It's really
A lot of
sad.
it's gone online. It was sad.
It's a different era.
So it's like the Blockbuster videos and the uniform stores have gone out of business. You
Yeah.
know, that's sad.
But you, before they all closed, you got one.
Yeah, I still fit into it.
Well, I know where this Chad lives. If you want to go shake
I'll
him
rough
up
him up.
and his mom, I would love to.
Where's he live?
And his mom?
Shake the tree a bit. See how many frisbees fall out. If you know
You
what I
think
mean.
that the mom is involved? Like
Well-
she's sort of like, like in the wire.
She's
like
enabling.
these-
Certainly, she's the
Like
wiring.
Omar Mateen's wife.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
Yes, we all know exactly what you're talking about, and thank you for it. So, what do you say? How much would it cost to?
My regular deal, I'd have to get a 2-picture option on the whole thing.
Okay.
You know,
do you
work-
think you could offer that,
work-
Kelly?
I would have to shoot it with my phone or whatever.
No, I'd have to do it at least 2 more times after I do it.
Oh, sure. There's 2 frisbees missing, so
Yeah,
that'd be
so
great.
well,
And
maybe
then
you could bring a third
also
frisbee.
a homemade
and-
wallet.
Oh, yeah, there's the wallet, yeah,
So
so-
we could do 3. Yeah, that'd
Well,
be
we have to
fine.
know how much the frisbees cost in order to work out this budget. So I think that's important.
Yeah,
We
what's the
straighten it
budget
out
for
right
A
that?
now.
light up glow frisbee can be bid on eBay for over $100.
Sure, but you found one at a Target.
Yeah.
That's true.
So how much was this?
That would-
Retail?
Ostensibly
MSRP?
less than that.
It was $16.99 for each one, and I got 2 of them, and I came home with 0.
Okay.
And so I don't
So
know.
$33.98.
And 5%
Is-
discount with your Target Red Card.
Oh yeah, did you have that?
I did.
Okay,
Yes,
so we're talking.
I also got toilet paper.
$1.60 off, so
So
we're
add
talking-
that on, and then take 5% off the full deal.
So add the toilet. I'm not going to count the toilet paper, but we're talking about $32.
Do what
So
you
we're
can.
32 all in at this point, and
do it.
And also the disgrace of a
do
bunch of
oh yeah, punitive damages.
at-risk teens.
Laughing at you.
Yeah.
Were they laughing at the frisbee being stolen, or at the fact that you went to the bathroom so many times?
I think they laugh a lot about the thing they always say is like, you come to camp and you spend the whole time in the bathroom. We're going to take your stuff, and I'm
part
like,
of that is showering.
and they tried telling them that. I'm like, I don't always
tell
go
them that.
number 2. I also wash my fanny, you dumbasses.
I also want a sex scene, by the way.
Sorry.
With the mother.
Whatever.
Oh,
It's in my
man. That's
contract.
how you
I
get the
have one.
frisbees back.
Wait,
What do you mean
want
with
sex
whatever?
I just put in my contract that every movie I do has one sex scene.
Okay, with Kelly. Kelly, can you accommodate
yeah.
the sex
Are you
scene?
in this?
That's Hollywood.
Well, what do you mean, my butt?
Yeah, that's what he would have to have sex with. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Your fanny, by the way. Stop cursing.
Yeah, I mean,
we're gonna
I
have
just-
to bleep you.
I want one 2-picture deal, one sex scene. I'll work for $33.
Two
Oh.
of
I'll
them.
play Officer Crowley, a drugged-addled.
Drug addled. Wait, are you on drugs?
Well, I thought my character was.
Okay, but
When he killed his
do you
son.
actually take drugs?
No, I don't. I'm all clean. I'm all organic. I just drink Silent. You know that drink Silent?
Oh, I thought you said
Yeah.
sunlight.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I thought you said
Sorry.
first son. I thought you said son. I just
I was
drink
like, that's
sun.
really clean living.
No, I just drink this one liquid.
Soylent.
So
Yeah,
is
they're
that
an
one bottle a
advertiser,
day?
so
Yeah,
You
I
just-
love
I
it.
hear they're great.
If
By the
you
way,
can get
they're
my
amazing.
If you can get my frisbees, you can.
$33
It's okay.
and a
Wait.
sex scene.
can do it.
But I'm in character. This is not me.
I appreciate that.
Does that help? Is that some small
That
comfort?
helps.
And who are you? And who are you to me?
I'll still be me.
So you're me.
But what's your relationship to Officer Crowley?
You're gonna be like excited. I got
A
this
camp
first-
counselor that's very nervous about where his expensive frisbees went.
And willing to give
guess.
up his rear
And I'm
end
kind of like
to get
I'm
him back.
comforting you. I'm getting those frisbees back, and I'm gonna fill that hole that the frisbees.
It'd be doing me a huge favor if it was all more angry than comforting.
Okay.
Thank
I
you.
could do
Thank
that.
you, friend.
Is it-
Thank you,
Officer
friend.
Crowley, definitely, yeah.
I think it should,
appreciate that.
and then it should probably go down in the orange Jeep Wrangler, right?
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
yeah.
please not that. Please
Yeah,
I would
not
need.
that.
I would need a little.
You're gonna have to film this too.
I have to take that back into my regular life. Please don't do the Wrangler.
I don't
I'd
know.
like to do it in the rain.
Tyron needs to do it in the Wrangler. Okay.
I think it fits.
Yeah. Is it? And you just have the one phone that you can film this with?
Yeah,
Is that it? Yeah.
I just have. How many phones do you guys have?
3.
You have 3
I
phones?
have an iPhone 4, an iPhone 5, and an iPhone 6
Why do you keep the old ones?
for evidence.
Evidence of what? That you owned them?
Yeah. A lot of times you get into these fights, these Twitter wars with these trolls.
Sure.
And they're like, you never even owned an iPhone 4. I'm like, haha, joke's on you. Here there's a picture of me with it. You know, so I like
With
to
the
keep
newspaper
it
from today, so they
100%.
know.
I always take a picture of my iPhone in the newspaper just to prove
Really?
100%.
Every morning?
You got to. In this day and age, you know, people are trying to bust you for all kind of weird shit.
What time do you wake up every day,
Gotcha.
by the way?
5:45
5:45 a.m. or
Yeah.
p.m.? A.m.
a.m. Take care of my cockatoo.
Wow.
And you take the picture of the iPhone.
Yep.
You take a shower?
Never.
Never.
Oh.
Bath.
Wow.
You're a bath guy.
Bath guy.
Yeah, you suds it up.
What's your bath routine?
My bath routine is I fill it with scalding hot water. Okay. I get inside of it. I light a candle. Keep
Wash
my
your
boots by
fanny.
the side. Well,
Boots.
yeah,
You sleep in your boots?
of course. Just in case. Just get in there, put my boots on the side. And the benefit of the bath is you don't have to wash. You
Wait,
just
this is like the
submerge.
opening titles of Deadwood.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
Okay. I don't know. Look, we're running out of time here, but it sounds like you have a deal.
Yeah, I
and-
actually have to go to an audition.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I've heard about this this new show. It's supposed to be a really banging medical show.
Oh, yeah. Wait,
About,
is this IBS?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah, itchy butt syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got an audition to be a reoccurring, an arc.
I heard about the spinoff, IBS Miami.
I heard about that too. They're talking to my agents.
Okay. Oh, about both of them.
Well, right now, if this character works, we'll see.
What's the character?
Character's a drug-addled doctor, lost his son,
Oh,
coming back to work for the first time and doing what he knows best, getting the IBS out of these normies. And, scaring it out, scooping it out, whatever you got to do.
Scoop
he
it
yells
out.
it out.
Yeah, yells it out. I don't know that much.
Have you ever
about
thought about scooping it out, Kelly?
Sure. Yes, I've thought about that.
If only it were that simple.
Yes, I would love to work at Baskin Robbins, as it were.
Just get a
but,
scooper. You can get all the scoopers you want.
Absolutely. But as it is, I work at McDonald's, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I thought you worked at the camp.
I do. I
I
thought we were
would make
using.
the analogy. It would
What?
say, I'd rather work at Baskin Robbins instead of like work behind a soft serve machine.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I
Sort of
felt
like
like
a
that was
Yeah,
too
the heart
graphic.
and then the
I
thing.
wanted.
Well, McDonald's is no more for hamburgers than it is for their, their flurries and stuff.
Although
Ooh, that's like a free workshop.
You have to serve a flurry every once in a while, I would imagine.
You do, and often, sometimes I poop a burger.
Just a complete formed burger.
Yeah.
I did a character like
Then you
that
got those
once.
buns.
Then you get the bun. You
Wait
can
a minute.
frisbee
Hold on.
it.
Hold on. So when I was talking about the example being the barbecue,
Yeah.
you're actually just flipping hamburger
That's
buns
still in the
around
bathroom.
at work?
That's, oh. Yes, I am actually. These kids, you can tell why they're mean to me.
Yeah.
Why? Because you look to be about 45 years old.
I do, but I'm 24.
You're 24.
Oh, my
okay.
gosh.
And you work at McDonald's.
Yeah.
You can barely afford 2 Frisbees
Yeah.
for $33.98.
And I have IBS, and they are just having a heyday with me. They are
Yeah.
just having a nightmare heyday.
Got it. Well, look, guys, we have to. We only have time for one last thing on the show, and that's a little something we call plugs. And Nice. That was Weirdness by Devin Anderson. Thank you so much. If you have a plugs theme, you know what to do with it. What are we plugging? Michelle, what do you got? You got some shows coming up?
I have some shows coming up. I'm actually going to do a little tour this year. It's this year already.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's gonna the Biloon tour. And
That's Biloon.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Scott. And it's going to be my first leg is going to be Raleigh, Durham, Houston, Austin, and that'll be in mid-February. And you can go to my website biloon.com to Biloon to see where those are, and also listen to my podcast, The Biloon Cast. You can get that on iTunes.
Who owns Biloon.com? Baloon.
I don't know.
You should get that.
I should get it.
Just in case.
You should have two because a lot of people are dumb. And they probably spell Michelle Biloon.
And they forward it.
I mean, people aren't dumb. Maybe they're, dealing with personal tragedy, like their son passing away, or.
Jesus Christ, you're speaking to my language 100%.
By the way, do you have any family?
No. Sadly, my son passed away.
Oh, no.
My wife left me because I started to get a little bit into the sauce.
Oh, yeah, drug problem?
Silent.
Okay.
Oh,
And because you buried them and should have left that up to like the people that work at the
mortuary,
graveyard.
The mortuary.
100%. Yeah, we definitely got into some trouble with the local law there. I took it into my own hands, and they said, "You're gonna let this creep in a suit bury my fucking son?"
Right. So
why won't you let me bury my son in my backyard like my dog?
Oh.
You buried your dog back there as well?
100%, my fish.
Bummer.
Your fish as well. I understand.
are they next to each other or like layered on top like an apartment building?
No, not an apartment
Like
building.
with increasingly larger gravestones.
Exactly.
A small one for the fish.
Oh, nesting gravestones. That's a great idea.
That's a really great idea.
All right. Do you have anything to plug, Tyren?
Of course, you can always see all my movies on pay-per-view. You can get them on iTunes, all the movies there, Sundance Selects. I also want to plug a charity that I'm involved in called the Big 100, and it's you go to Big 100 on Instagram, and it's positive action today for the first 100 days of the Trump presidency. I'm a celebrity, so I like to get involved in political stuff. So Big 100 followed on Instagram.
Kelly, what are you plugging here?
My friends do an improv show every Thursday night at IO West called The Reckoning. That's at 10 p.m. and it's a fun improv group called The Reckoning. Otherwise,
That's in Los Angeles.
That's in Los Angeles on Hollywood or something. But very fun show.
Good friends of yours?
They're good friends of mine. Very blessed. They all went to my camp. They were all, before we turned at risk, they were great kids. It was all great. It was really fun. Since then, we turned at risk.
So this was a normal camp that turned at risk?
It was a normal camp, and now it turned at risk.
What turned it at risk?
Just pressure from the left, and frankly, as you're saying, this new Trump era, I resent it a little bit. I don't love that we have to cater to these kids because they will take your Frisbee. I don't know if you knew if I was hinting before, but it was my Frisbee that was lost.
Yeah, and you explicitly said it as well.
Okay. I don't have the transcript, but
you have a memory of at least maybe a half hour.
I wish.
That was actually one of the best films I ever did. Character had a memory for just a half hour.
Just a half hour?
And I was kind of playing on the Memento thing, but it was
But he had a half hour.
Only
So
had a half hour.
did you just watch Mad About Yous over and over again?
Thought that was a good one, huh?
That's gross laugh.
I love Paul Reiser.
Yeah. Wow. You just very dramatically said that.
Yeah.
And I could really feel how much you miss your son when you said that.
My son looked just like Paul Reiser, baby Paul
Yeah.
Reiser.
And how drug
Wait,
addled
so
he
as
used
a
to be.
child, your son looked like adult Paul Reiser.
That's it,
That is
everyone
not a good
said
look.
we would go to Chuck E. Cheese, and we'd go to the mall, and we'd be stopped all the time. People thought that Paul Reiser was shorter in person than he appeared on screen. It was just my son.
Yeah.
Well, depending on their size of the TV, they
He was exactly the size of Paul Reiser on a TV.
on like a 36 inch, 72
inch.
Yeah.
So he was like a foot tall.
My son, that's about right.
He was the size of Paul in the wide angle.
Yeah.
These are good questions, Kelly. I appreciate these.
He was like a 3-year-old kid. So
Got it. So that's not crazy.
And he's a
you.
dead kid, so
Joke's
we're
on
sorry we're
So
making fun of him.
burying him took like 5 minutes.
Yeah, so
'cause
that's why you're
So
like,
he
I'm
would
not going
have-
to pay for this.
One of
I
the
guess-
smaller headstones.
He was 3-dimensional. He was not a one-dimensional
he's next up
child.
from the goldfish. Yeah.
He was 3-dimensional, though.
He was smaller than our dog.
Got it. So it goes goldfish, him, dog.
Yeah. We had a big dog. Oh man, I love those shirts.
Big dog.
Yeah.
Yep. Great. I want to plug coming up in a few weeks on February 7th, the special, the Netflix special that I co-directed with Akiva Schaffer of The Lonely Island. Michael Bolton's Big Sexy Valentine's Day comes out February 7th. A lot of great people in it. Maya Rudolph, Sarah Silverman, Randall Park, Fred Armisen, Michael Bolton, Eric Andre, of course, Casey Wilson. A lot of really fun people are in it. It's pretty crazy. Check it out February 7th for all your Valentine's Day needs. And that is all I'm plugging. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I do want to thank Brian Robertson for a donation. Thank you so much for that. Something special is coming out to you. All right, let's close up the old plug bag theme.
I'm talking about bags and bags. I'm talking about opening bags. I'm talking about bags and bags. I'm talking about opening bags. I'm talking about bags and bags. I'm talking about opening bags. I'm talking about bags and bags. I'm talking about opening bags.
All right. Getting used to that. Guys, thank you so much, Michelle. Always a pleasure to see you.
Fantastic to see you, Scott.
Good luck with the tour. I hope you come out our way when you do. And Kelly, I feel bad for you, but, I think this 3-picture deal thing is going to work out. And, plus you get a little love.
Yeah. Thank you for feeling bad for me.
No problem. I will consistently do that throughout the time I know you, I'm sure.
I can't wait to fuck you.
Well, Tyren, are you Tyren right now, or are you Officer Crowley?
Officer Crowley.
Yeah, please always be in character when you do that, because please always be in character when you say that.
It's a ride. It's a ride. It's a one ride along goes into the other ride along.
Oh man!
Now I'm riding along you.
I just want my frisbees back. And
Officer Crowley, this is not professional for an officer of the law.
I forgot the law.
Well, at least he's passionate. So passionate about you, he's forgetting the law.
Forgot the law.
I don't know if it's going to work out to get your frisbee back.
I'll take what I can get.
All right.
I fill out paperwork every goddamn day. All I want to do is bust heads and get the real answers and the real results.
And have sex with people.
Sure.
All right.
Well, now it's like I'm trying to convince you to do it.
Yeah, no, look, enough with the hard sell. He's going to do it. Don't worry about it.
Namaste, Scott. Namaste.
Namaste. Okay, speaking of namaste, everyone. We'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.
Friends, why not take a trip to Spontaneanation, where hours of listening pleasure await you? Hours made up of moments like these.
Guys, maybe we should put our cards on the table here.
Okay.
I feel like one or two or all of us might be, and this is going to sound weird, and please don't hate me for saying this, human killing robots.
Oh, what a relief. I am. Thank you so much. I am too.
I am too!
Oh my God!
I killed Roberto!
Oh my God!
Yes!
And you're going to sing a solo away hilarious.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that is very ironic.
Yeah,
Great.
right?
Is that irony?
I think so.
Let me listen to that one song and I'll get back to you. I can do it later.
Listen to Spontaneanation with me, Paul F. Tompkins, on Earwolf, iTunes, Stitcher, or your favorite podcast app.
This has been an Earwolf production, executive produced by Scott Aukerman and Chris Bannon. For more information and content, visit earwolf.com.